When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again. What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody that's in the building right now. Shout out to everybody. If you were here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button for me, family. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and share the show. Share it on your community tab, your Discord servers, anywhere that you share content. Make sure you share this show. Shout out to the visionaries. Shout out to the A Game Nation. We back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV with another show. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course, and I appreciate all the love and the support. So let me get over here to the chat room and show some love. Let me see who's up in here. Shout out to my man, Sir O. Shout out to my man, Sir O, for always supporting the platform, supporting the message, man. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Miss Garnetta Brown. Appreciate you. And yes, I'm going to keep bringing the message to our brothers. And I appreciate that, Miss Garnetta Brown. Shout out to my brother. Salute to my brother, the Bishop. He says, salute, visionary. Salute, bro. Shout out to my man, Shango Zulu in the building. Salute. Shout out to my brother, the Bishop, for kicking it off. He said, hit the like button, share the show, and support your interests. Become a visionary and become a part of the A Game Nation. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you for kicking it off, man. Shout out to Walt Diddy in the building. A Game Nation. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute. Black Empowerment. What's good, man? Salute. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. She said, helping to kick it off. Salute. Shout out to the A Game Nation in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Much love. Y'all see today's show. But before we get into today's show, make sure y'all go and check out my pre-recorded video that I premiered, because of course it ties into today's show. It ties into today's show. But make sure y'all go and check that out, because it's some things going on with Trey Songz. If y'all wonder, if y'all listen to Trey Songz and y'all wonder what's been going on with Trey Songz, that's what's been going on. Make sure y'all go and check out that video, because he going through it right now. Shout out to my brother Larry Vaughn in the building. Salute, salute. Shout out to all the visionaries in the building, man. Y'all see today's show, man. Black men. This is why brotherhood and fatherhood is important. I know y'all are probably like, okay, where you going with this? But we definitely need to speak on this topic today, because for one, what I always say here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, my bad, y'all. But today, I'm going to be getting into a story. And the story really touched me, man. It really did. Because the streets is really getting out of hand. And I know y'all may hear me say this a lot, but this story, man, shout out to Miss Angie in the building. Peace to the God Kane in the building. This story right here, man, was crazy. And you know, we definitely need to pray for Philly, you know, and shout out to all of the brothers out there that's trying their best to mend certain problems, mend certain beefs between brothers, and just try to clean up the streets as much as they could. Because, man, Philly is crazy, man. Philly in New York right now is out of hand. I think right now Philadelphia is the murder capital. If I'm not mistaken, right now there are over 500 murders. Right now, this year alone, over 500 murders. Over 500 murders. It's nasty, man. It's like a third world country. Literally, man. So let's get into this story. This tragedy, man. This is a tragedy. Let me share my screen with you guys. This is crazy, man. It says, teen shot 18 times and killed while waiting for the bus in Philadelphia. A teen is shot 18 times waiting on the bus in broad daylight. This is broad daylight, y'all. This is broad daylight, man. An 18-year-old, he's not even 18. He's not even 18. He got shot 18 times. See, today, I'm going to prove exactly why with this story, just exactly why brotherhood and fatherhood should be at the top of our list as men. Agency, brothers. This is a perfect example of why we need to understand we're our own agency, man. If any of us have any sons, any of us have nephews, little cousins, come on, man. This could be any one of them. He's just standing at the bus. So let's get into the story. It says, this is by U.S. News, HuffPost, HuffPost.com. I will leave the link in the description box. Teenager shot 18 times and killed while waiting for bus in Philadelphia. Samir Jefferson, 14. 14 years old, y'all. And you wonder why we speak on a constant threat of extinction? 14 years old, shot 18 times at a bus stop. Samir Jefferson, 14, was at a bus stop in North Philadelphia neighborhood when two unknown shooters fired at least 36 shots. 36 shots, man. A 14-year-old Philadelphia boy waiting for a bus to take him home from school. From school, y'all. From school. Was shot 18 times and killed Monday afternoon, police said. Samir Jefferson was waiting at a bus stop shortly before 3:30 p.m. Monday in a North Philadelphia neighborhood when two unknown shooters fired at least 36 shots. A Philadelphia police spokesperson said in an emailed incident report. Police said Jefferson was shot 18 times throughout his body. The boy died at a local hospital a short time later. The incident report said no motive for the shooting was known as of early Tuesday, but police officials said the shooting outside of a crowded pharmacy was witnessed by a number of people and at least partially recorded on surveillance footage. Officials told WPV-TV that they had questioned two persons of interest, but as of early Tuesday, no charges had been filed, as usual. Philadelphia has recorded 508 homicides in 2021. 508 homicides. How many of them do you think are black men? Huh? How many of them do you think are black men? But we worry about what some hoes are doing. 508 murders in one goddamn year? He was 14. How many of us brothers got 14-year-old sons? 14-year-old nephews? 14-year-old cousins that take the bus home from school? Philadelphia has recorded 508 homicides in 2021 as of the end of the day Monday, the highest number since at least 1990 and 12% more than the same time last year, according to police department numbers. Those homicides include more than 30 victims under the age of 18. Bro, our children are dying. These are our children, brothers. These are our sons. Earlier today, we lost another young life to senseless gun violence. The fourth since yesterday. The fourth. So these young brothers is just getting killed like a spree. It's like a killing spree. They just getting killed back to back to back. It says the fourth since yesterday. This came out on Monday. Four? That mean somebody got killed throughout the whole weekend. A body dropped each day. Up until Monday was the fourth one. That means somebody got murdered on Friday. A young brother got killed on Friday. A young brother got killed on Saturday. A young brother got killed on Sunday. Then he just got killed on Monday. This is the constant threat of extinction. This is what we're dealing with, brothers. This is crazy. But we got time to focus on all this other shit, though. Okay. Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw said in an email statement late Monday, "My heart grieves for the victims, their families, and this city. While we cannot bring back those lost, the Philadelphia Police Department will ensure that these cases are fully investigated so that these victims and their families receive closure and justice. Right. Templated response. That's the end of the article. Huffington Post. As I said, the link will be down in the description box at the end of the show. But as we can see, brothers, as we can see, not only are we dying out here due to homelessness, due to poor health conditions, but we're still being murdered at an alarming rate. We are still being murdered at an alarming rate. Why aren't we talking about these young black men who are being murdered every day? Like it's nothing. Why are we as men, black men, why aren't we focusing on speaking life into these brothers, man? You know why they not going to listen to us? Because we got to get our shit together. We have to show them that we are about brotherhood. See, we can't talk this brotherhood shit amongst black men and how these young dudes need to stop this senseless crime. And how are we going to tell them this when we can't get along? Huh? How are we going to tell these young brothers to get out the streets when a lot of us are still chasing street shit? Still have desires that come from the streets. See, the problem is we're not focused on brotherhood and fatherhood. See, that is what men do who stand on a square. They focus on brotherhood and fatherhood because that is what's missing. When you look at the thumbnail, that's Samir Jefferson graduating from junior high school because he was only a freshman in high school. He was 14. Freshman in high school, 9th grade. Ninth grade. What's missing in that picture? What's missing? A man, a black man. Now, his father could be dead. His father could be in prison. His mama could have pushed his father out of his life. But this is the reason for advisors. This is the reason for basketball coaches, football coaches, pastors. That is what other men in the community is for. See, because if we just keep sitting back and letting these young boys fall to the wayside, then what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? See, that's what's missing, and that has always been missing in that young man's life. You could tell. You can tell. There's no man in that picture. There's no structure. There's no guidance. There's no guidance. You got these young men out here getting themselves killed because they're getting involved with things and their moms don't know nothing about it. Because their mother's so busy off in her own goddamn world. She all caught in La La Land. She don't know what's going on with her son. She don't know what her son doing on these phones. That's why you need a man in the house. See, a man gonna make his rounds and check on things. Yo, you always in your phone. What you doing, man? And if there's no man in the house, there needs to be black men that these young brothers can reach out to. Why is he 14 years old getting killed at the bus stop? This is the same stuff that's going on in Chicago. That's been going on the past goddamn 10 years in Chicago with the youth out there, with the young black brothers out there. This is what's going on currently in New York City with the young brothers out there. The same shit. And it is because of what? This is going on because why? There's no men actively trying to do nothing about it. Trying to do nothing about it. There's no men actively trying to fix it. And you know why? It's because the men that are my age, they don't understand the purpose for agency. They don't understand the power of brotherhood. This is why you have a lot of grown brothers who don't understand the importance of being a father. See, because you gotta be a brother first. You gotta be a stand-up dude on your own first. You see, if you a solid brother, you're gonna be a solid father. You're gonna be a solid father if you're a solid brother. If you're a solid man, you're going to instill those things into your children. You see? That's how it works. That's how it works. It doesn't just click. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't. But brothers, you have to begin to take agency extremely important. That is the first issue that black men suffer from. The first issue that black men suffer from is the lack of black male agency, the lack of brotherhood. You see? The lack of brotherhood. The lack of camaraderie that black men should have. This is why it's so difficult for us to work with one another. Because there's always one party who don't want to understand the importance of agency, the importance of brotherhood. And see, once we begin to show that brotherhood is important to us, then these young brothers will follow suit. See, because they're only following what they saw the previous generations do. Snaking each other out, being disloyal, smashing each other's women, snitching on each other, backdooring and killing each other. They only doing what they saw the previous generations do. You see? They took serious what they saw us take serious. which is why these young brothers are doing what they doing to each other. This is why. If they get up here and see that you got 30, 40, 50-year-old men who can't get along, then how could we tell them, yo, don't go back and kill that brother. Don't go back and harm that brother. How could we tell them this if we're not showing them that brotherhood is important to us? You see, that leaves young brothers like Samir Jefferson to get killed at the goddamn bus stop because there's nobody around to care. There's nobody around to talk to Samir. There's nobody around to talk to them two young brothers that killed them. You see, we're not just talking to the killers. No, we talking to the ones who could be victims too. See, because at the end of the day, y'all are supposed to be together. The killers and the smart dudes are supposed to be together building. Because what? We are our own agency. You see? Brotherhood. But they have to see examples of this. Where's the examples of it? Currently, in the rap game. This is why they run to the rap game. It's too many dudes out in the street saying, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that." Well, you get what you get. You get what you get. See, if brotherhood was enforced amongst black men, right, then other brothers will not allow each other to slip, to fall. You see? You see? When I say we're our own agency, I don't mean us hanging out with each other every day. I don't mean that. I mean us being able to be resourceful to each other. So if you're if you're a coach, right? And I have a young dude that's from my neighborhood and he good in football, but he always going to jail for fighting. He always getting kicked out of school, but he could play football. Why wouldn't I take him in, talk to him, build with him, and then take him to another brother that can assist him in another part of his life? See, that's what brotherhood is about. I can't do everything. You can't do everything. It's not just one person doing everything and carrying all. No, we're not doing that. It's a collective. It's an agency. It's a brotherhood where this is what we do. We help develop other brothers. But if these brothers that we say we want to help don't see us doing anything together, but bickering, but threatening to spin the block and all of this crazy stuff, we're going to keep having Samir Jefferson stories over and over and over when some of these stories can be prevented. See, I'm not sitting here saying, let's get out here and march against violence. Let's think we could stop the violence. No, that's foolish. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we can have a organized effort to reach out to certain brothers and deal with certain brothers and help them. But we got to do this with each other first. See, the youth is just sitting back looking at what we're going to do. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, whether we want to believe it or not. But if brotherhood is not important to us, if it's not important to the OGs and the big homies and all of that, how is it going to be important to the young homies? And the babies that's behind them and the generations that's behind them. If we're not showing them that it's important between us. If we're showing them every chance we get, we try to find a reason to bicker with each other, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. See, what we can't do is we can't complain about some shit that we're catering to. We have to stop catering to certain shit through our own behavior. Through our own behavior. Because we got to understand there's younger brothers watching. There's younger brothers that's listening. You see? You have to understand this. And if we begin to act on it, they will begin to act on it. That's why I always ask brothers, what are you using your influence for? Yeah, you have influence, but what are you using it for? What are you using it for? That's what we want to know. Are you using your voice to promote Black male agency? Are you using your voice to promote education? Huh? Fatherhood, brotherhood? See, because if we're using our voice to promote something else, that's what these young brothers going to promote. That's what they're going to promote. Because Black men are the standard of cool, right? If we set the standard on what's cool, what's acceptable, right? Because everybody follow us, right? Then why can't we change the current culture? Why? Why isn't that something that we're focused on? Because the way that we do that is we have to change our behavior. We have to change our behavior, meaning we have to change our what? We have to change our value system. We have to change the things that we value, meaning we don't value foolishness. We don't value spinning the block looking for the ops. We don't value that. So we don't promote that. See? Because they only doing what they think is cool. Because we did the same shit. See, what I'm not going to get up here and do is I'm not going to sit here and talk to grown men like children. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to get up here and talk to grown men like they don't understand what's going on outside their door. And if you don't have a problem with what's going on outside your door, that's you, bro. That's you. But see, when you got skin in the game, you know, like when you have people that depend on you, oh, of course, you wanna do things in life to make sure that they're okay. See? That's why I left my neighborhood. Because on my block, it could easily be a shootout in broad daylight. And the last thing I would want is my sons playing in a park and some dudes want to come through and have a shootout. You see? I left the environment and took my family out the environment that we were currently in because I didn't want my sons growing up being prone to violence. I didn't want my sons growing up with that attitude and that mindset. I don't want my son go to the bus stop every day. I don't have to worry about him getting shot. See? So if I'm going to come back and tell young brothers who in that environment that they need to move away from that, I could show and prove because I'm not there. I'm not there. I got out the way. So now I could show them something different. You see? See, brothers, we can't lead from the back and we can't lead from the sidelines. A lot of you dudes want to lead from the sideline. You can't lead from the sideline. You can't say I'm a leader and then complain about why shit is the way it is. Change it or deal with it. That's what men do. Men fix shit or they deal with it. All this complaining and finding somewhere to dump blame off and all of that. And we got our 14-year-old sons out here getting killed. What are we going to do about that? We're going to look for somebody to blame, right? Well, you know, if this wasn't such, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Do we understand what it means when we say the constant threat of extinction? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? That means you don't have time to sit around and blame nobody because your ass could be dead. Your ass could be somewhere stinking. Just because you a black man walking down the wrong goddamn block at the wrong time, standing at a bus stop. That's not a problem that men have. We don't need to go and talk to these young brothers, man. And there's a lot of brothers in Philly that's helping. A lot of brothers. A lot. Shout out to Razia. Appreciate you, Razia. Shout out to Rob Matt. Appreciate you, my brother. Not many brothers in Philly is they're trying their best. They're trying their best. But they're at 508 murders in 1 year. In 1 year. And these are young black men killing each other, man. Because they hate one another. Because they're following a value system that tells them, hey, it's okay for you to hate yourself. It's all right. It's okay. Now, with them following the lost value system and them not having SOS, where a man can come and provide a proper value system to provide order and structure in these young men's lives, you have Samir, his mother, and his grandmother. It's chaos in that house. It's chaos in his life. So, brothers, do we even care enough? See, now, if you don't care, cool, get out the way. Get out the way. If you don't care, get out the way. You shouldn't have nothing else to say. Just get out the way if you don't care. Just get out the way. Let's get out the way. If you don't care, good. Get out the way. Because if you're focused on brotherhood and fatherhood, you have to care. You have to care. Because when we're talking about brotherhood and fatherhood, we're talking about family. We're talking about a family. And a family gives you loving support. That's what a family's supposed to do. See? And the love between a father and a son is based on instructions, protection, trust. Samir didn't have that. Samir didn't have nobody in his house or anybody that he could call that he know will protect him, that he know he could trust in, that he could call and talk to. Yo, I'm going through this right now. These dudes threatening me online, anything. These dudes threatening me on Instagram. Because they're saying, as I read in the report, that they don't know the motive of this brother getting shot 18 times. So you mean to tell me just two dudes just turned the corner and just start shooting at this dude because he was outside? There was no motive? Come on. Come on. But the mama don't know. She don't know what's going on. The grandmama don't know. She don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on with that boy. A lot of us at that age, we don't tell our mothers nothing. Especially our grandmothers. We're not telling them shit. We're not telling them what's going on with us. Shout out to Dante, man. Appreciate you. We're not telling them nothing. So if you got beef, you 14, 15, you're not going home telling your mother. You're not going home telling your father that these dudes talking about they coming to spin your block. You're not telling nobody. And then a lot of these young dudes, they don't got nobody to tell. They don't got no help. They don't have any agency. They do not have any agency. Why? Because of the lack of brotherhood. This is why I stress this so much, brothers. That's why I stress this so much. Agency. Brotherhood is agency. So your son is not just left out there in the streets, man, and he could just get killed like a stray dog. Come on, brothers. Come on, brothers. I know a lot of us come from broken families. So we're very reluctant to have or to try to build a family outside of our own. See, I understand. This is why I say we got to heal, brothers. We got to heal before we build. Healing is part of brotherhood. If I don't know that you hurt, I don't know what to tell you to make you better, bro. I don't know what medicine to prescribe you. In the brotherhood, you have to have healers, advisors, men who are going to speak the correct things into the brothers. Everybody can't play that role. You see? That's why it's called the brotherhood. Everyone plays their prospective roles. But we have to begin to show this. And we don't have to show this in a violent way. In a angry way. In a reckless way. No. We can do it strategically. And what we do is we just keep this thing going, man. It has to become normal. And I'm not sitting here saying like this stuff could change overnight, because it can't. It wasn't messed up overnight. But we have to begin to put some skin in the game. We have to begin this process, man. Because our sons are dying out there. They're dying, man. Quick. He was 14, just standing at the bus. Waiting to go home from school and got killed. How don't we see that our environment is turning on us? This is why I tell brothers, if you could get out the hood, leave. Leave. If you could leave the state that you were born in, leave. Leave. See, because I come from a block where it's ran by hatred. It's ran by hatred, man. So I understand what a lot of these young brothers are dealing with, because they don't have much to work with. Because in the hood, you don't have too many dudes telling them the right thing to do. You just don't. You got dudes telling them what to do and where to go so they could crash out, so they could end up in prison or end up dead. Because see, you got to remember that the hood is ran under the lost value system. The hood is ran under the lost value system. You have to understand this. So in the hood, there's no such thing as brotherhood. Brotherhood. I say you my bro because we getting money together. But there's no brotherhood. There's no loyalty. There's no loyalty. There's no love and support. There's no care. There's no truth. You know, a lot of people think dudes in the streets, because you in the streets, you keep it real or you real. That's a lie. The streets in the hood is ran by the lost value system. So all of that stuff you hear about, oh, I'm gonna keep it real in the streets and all, That's it's not real. It's a lie. There's no loyalty. There's none of that stuff. Because it's all built on lies. Just like the lost value system. So, brotherhood, fatherhood, who cares? Who cares? See, the only reason why now you see black men in the hood with their children a lot more is because there's a lot of black men who are fighting behind the scenes to keep these images out there about black men, about black men being the best fathers, about black men being the best mentors, being the best leaders. There's a lot of black men that are on the front line fighting for this. That was the reason for us promoting the Black Manosphere magazine. That's about media and showing black men in a good light. That is not only to show other people across the world, but it's also to show our young men who are right here with us. You don't have to be that. You can be him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Showing them something different. Showing them, allowing them to see us doing something different. Representing something different. What are those things that we're showing them? That we're brothers. It's about brotherhood. That we stand together as a brotherhood, even with all of us being fathers. Brotherhood will make you a better father. Because when you got strong brothers around you, certain shit is not, we're not going to allow it. When you slacking, your brothers are come and be like, yo, bro, what's up? What's up, bro? You need to talk? You need to talk? You need somebody to talk to? What's going on? You need me to call such and such? Because everybody in the brotherhood do something different. A brother may have lost his job. A brother may need some words of encouragement. A brother may need a brother to pray for him. A brother may need a brother to talk to their child. So that makes you a better father. That makes you more effective with doing things because you have agency. You can reach out to your brother. Oh, you want to play ball, son? Well, I'm gonna call your godfather because you know he run a team. You know your godfather, he run the rec center. So you want to go? You want to play with them? Or I could call him and he could see if some other teams, and we'll find somewhere for you to go. See, that's some fly shit. When you could do that as a man, as a father, where your son could ask you, Dad, I want to do this. Dad, I want to do that. And if you can't, you could call somebody. Yo, bro, my son want to go on this experience here. Yo, I got you. That's agency. And that also comes down to protecting each other. Protecting each other. Protecting each other. Making sure we all right. See? That's what this is about. That's what this is about. That's why brotherhood and fatherhood is important. Because it makes no goddamn sense that a 14-year-old black boy can't get home from school safe. The most we had to worry about was getting beat up. Well, when we got in high school, you know, dudes start getting their face cut. But dudes wasn't getting killed at the bus stop. Dudes wasn't just running up for no, like, just brazen. And if you know that and you have sons, come on, man. You got to do something about that. And complaining and trying to find something to say about his mama, that ain't gonna bring your son back. Trying to find where his mother messed up at, that's not gonna stop them from killing your son. That's not. Shout out to Dyson. He said this goes deeper than what happened to young Dolph. Come on, man. Come on, man. The lack of brotherhood, the hatred for one another. Facts. Now, where that leave Dolph's son? Agency, black man. That's what brotherhood represents. Agency. How we can help each other. How we can help each other. That's what this is about. Because who else gonna help us? What other agency gonna help us? What other group of men? What other women? Whoever? Who gonna protect our sons? If we already see that black women are falling short, what we gonna do? We just gonna let our children die? Nah. Mm-mm. You can't have two derelict ass parents. You can't have two goddamn derelicts. Your children, our children, will have no goddamn chance. What? They'll have no chance. Just remember this. Just remember this from today's show. If you forget everything else, just remember the reason for Philadelphia having 508 murders in a year is because of the lack of brotherhood and fatherhood. 508 murders in 1 year. 508 murders. Shout out to all the brothers that's out there that's doing the work, that's trying their hardest, man. Shout out to B. McFly. And shout out to his campaign. Shout out to Leek Moss and the Honor Your Life campaign. Shout out to those brothers, man. Shout out to those brothers, man. Because they out there and they putting in the work and they trying, man. They trying. And they promoting brotherhood and fatherhood. Stop this senseless crime. Stop recycling crime. Because we're losing in the end. Us, brothers. We're losing our lives. We're losing our freedom. Our families are losing us. So where does that leave them? Where does that leave them, man? If you the leader and they don't got you, where does that leave them? Where does that leave them? So shout out to everybody. I appreciate everybody for tuning into today's show. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to everybody who hit the super chat. Shout out to everybody who hit the Cash App if you hit the Cash App. If you would like to donate to today's show, Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go. Shout out to all of the visionaries out there, man. Shout out to all of y'all for coming through today. I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to the A-Game Nation for always coming through and showing support. I'm your host, DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.